So tell us about the new video and the new project.
I am here in beautiful sunny California. We just wrapped shooting the video for Tears of Joy, which is the first single off the Faith Evans R&B Divas album, which is a companion piece to the TV show R&B Divas. The concept of the video is I don't know if I should tell y'all. It's basically me kind of waiting to see my love who's coming back, and I ain't gonna give too much. I was honored to have a wonderful, hot, handsome, talented, in demand Hollywood actor stopped by my set because he just happened to be around the corner. He just happened to have the right outfit and everything. No, but shout out to Lamont Rucker because he came through and showed us love today, and I think it's going to be really special. You know, just one of those. The video is really just really beautiful. I mean, if I had to describe it, we've been shooting all day by the water. The weather was great today in LA, so it was really beautiful. And to top it off, you know, we had a A-list actor come through, you know, spread the love. You know how we do. Proceeds from the album are going to benefit the Whitney Houston Academy of Performing Arts in East Orange, New Jersey. And, well, it's sort of a few ideas that really just came to be. I mean, it was really divine order. I had an idea to do a project one day with all female R&B singers. Never really knew how or when I would be able to pull it off. But ironically enough, the night of Kelly Price's pre-Grammy party, I was co-hosting that event, which was also the last performance of Whitney Houston, who was a good friend of mine. And ironically, that night, all the ladies on the show, R&B Divas, were there and performed that night. And after losing Whitney a few days later, I don't know, I just sort of had a revelation that now is the time to try and do this album and to really give back. And initially I did plan on trying to give the proceeds to Whitney's foundation, but after doing some research, it wasn't totally up and running, if I'm not mistaken. And so I found out through a friend of mine, Sharifa, who's also an R&B singer. She's like, you know, you maybe think about donating to the Whitney Houston Academy because it's a public school in Jersey and they're really doing bad financially. I think they have been in the news in the last couple of years, you know, trying to raise money. And for myself and so many others, I'm sure, the arts were so super important in my upbringing. I mean, I went to public school in Newark, and it was accessible. I mean, I did everything. I tried to play every instrument. I remember us going on field trips to Newark Symphony Hall to see people like Nina Simone. You know what I mean? Then I really didn't realize, you know, how big a deal that was. But now that things of that are not so available to kids in school, I think it's really important to try and help give back to the arts, to the community, and then to also do something in honor of Whitney, because she was a really beautiful person, a great friend to me, who reached out to me at some really trying times in my life. So again, after losing her, I felt like, you know, it was a time, and I didn't, you know, have it planned out how I was going to do it. Just so happens that Nikki wanted me to come on board and co-EP her show, which she wanted to be about us all going on tour together. So it's like it all kind of took shape over time, like, oh no, let's make it about us putting this album together. So you know, it was a few different ideas that just kind of came to be.
Who else are we gonna see bless the album? I know we have a lot of the R&B divas who you're working on the show with that are gonna be on there, but any surprises?
Well, aside from all the ladies in the cast, myself, Nikki Gilbert, Selena Johnson, Monifa, and Kiki Wyatt, we also have on the album Fantasia and Kelly Price, who's a good friend of mine. There was a long wish list that I had, but obviously, when trying to be in production with the show, I really didn't get a chance to do much work on the album at all, other than the, you know, couple of sessions we got together, what people are seeing in the episodes. But the actual recording of the album, a lot of it took place, you know, in the last 2 weeks of filming, which was off camera. So it was kind of difficult to get everyone's schedules aligned, and all the people that I wanted to be on the project weren't able to do it. But I reached out to a lot of people, and if I had my way, it would be every song, I would be able to use all the talent and all the all the friends that I not use them, but you know what I mean, to lean on those friendships to help support the cause, that I'm trying to support with this project. So maybe we'll have a volume 2.
I was gonna say
Let's see.
volume two is coming. So how can you describe the success of the show? I mean, I watched I think the first 2 episodes the other day, and it was just so interesting to see again people that I've grown up listening to and love their music and they're so talented have a platform where you see the other side of their life.
Right.
How is it to share that with the world?
Well, I mean, I'm really, really proud of the way the show is being received. Nikki and I were, we really were like hoping that it's received in the way that we wanted it to be, from pitching to the show getting picked up and actually being in production. We were really, really on it, without trying to give too much, but we were on it, trying to make sure that this is the show that we wanted it to be when people see it on their TV screens. So I'm really happy that it's been well received. But a big part of it for me, even saying I wanted to get on board, was just me saying, you know what, I know that a lot of my life and a lot of the sensationalized things about my life, they've already been, I wrote a memoir, there's, movies and such. So I'm not really in a place where I feel like there's so much more that people really would find out about me. They know I have children and you can't come in my house, so that was out. But I really felt good about being able to encourage these ladies to share their stories, because I mean they have equally as impressive walks that they've taken and continue to take. We've all had ups and downs and will continue to do so, but a lot of people, like you said, don't know the personality of them, don't know the true story to Kiki's situation that she had, and so on and so forth. So I felt like it was a great opportunity for me to encourage them to share their stories, because you feel like this is what they know you as. Well, let's tell them who you really are, and in the same time, hopefully gain some new fans and sell some records and support this cause.
Something that I found that was really funny on the show is that you kind of, like you said, you can kind of let people what they think you are and see who you really are. Well, a lot of people thought Kiki Wyatt was kind of crazy, and on the show she appears to be still kind of crazy.
Well, you know what? I think that who each lady is who they are. But the fact that the thing is that in being able to kind of see a little bit more about their lives and the stories of how they came up, and you understand a little more maybe why they are how they are. You know what I mean? If you still choose to call her that, then maybe you'll have more of an understanding of why. But also the fact that she, there's resolution in every episode, in every issue, every dramatic situation. It's really about the resolution. It's not like you see us really on here fighting each other. You definitely don't see me doing that. But I mean, it's not about fighting and throwing stuff and jumping across tables. It's really about helping each other through whatever situation we might be going through at the time, or giving that bit of advice that, one of us may need.
So since we're all on the edge of our chairs waiting to see what's going to happen next, is there anything you can share this season that we should keep watching this season?
Wow. Well, I mean, it's just good. I mean, every episode, within each episode are different stories and captures different parts of all of our personalities. I think the highlight is definitely the last episode, the finale episode, which we filmed in New Orleans during the time of Essence Festival, and we had one of the top 10 performances of the whole weekend. So I think that'll be a treat for everybody.
Can't wait to see that. Anything else you want to say to the Faith Evan fans who've been like holding you down for?
Yes, they have. No, I am eternally grateful, and I certainly appreciate the support from '94 till now, and I'm just really, I know that it's a blessing to still have people that even care, to hear what it is I got to say or what it is that I'm gonna sing. So I mean, I'm truly grateful, and I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm working on my next album, and after the R&B Divas album, I will put out my next solo project next year. I'm working on my next book, and got a few scripts going, a couple of other TV projects and movie projects that I'm working on. So I'm trying to keep busy.
Staying busy. I have two more questions. One is like, since you've been in this business since 1994, kind of being reflective. Like, how do you look back over your career, and like, what is some advice you can give to some of the new batch of girls doing this?
Wow. I don't know. I don't know. I guess, keep God first. And, if you're coming from the right place, you can't go wrong. I think that's probably, the best way I could give any advice because, that can cover a lot of bases. But, stay faithful.